Well, buckle up because I'm about to do you a solid and give you every spoiler for what is, in my opinion, the most overly critically rated movie of the entire year. Widows hit the big screen, and the movie about 4 criminal widows pulling off their own heist only leaves you thinking, wait, did they just steal every entertaining movie element from the script and my money at the same time? Maybe they're better criminals than I thought. I'm Ben Davies. This is Pure Hollywood. The movie Widows criminally has over 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. You see what I did there, criminals? Okay, let's go. You know, a critic rating putting it over Ocean's 11, The Usual Suspects, and Inception. But what this movie lacks in entertainment, suspense, and general narrative, it makes up for by hitting every social justice trope you can pack into 2 hours. And has all the leftist critics saying, #yes, it's time. But don't worry, there is a small light at the end of the tunnel. It unintentionally shows you exactly what it's like to live in almost every Democratic-run city in America. You know, corruption, poverty, and crime. As a viewer, I give Widows a 2 out of 5, and that's generous. There are a few impressive camera moments throughout the scattered action, as well as a few really intense scenes that are uncomfortable, sometimes interesting, and also borderline useless for the story. What I thought was actually an interesting idea on paper, a group of criminals die leaving their widows with the bill, only amounts to, wait, why do we care? All your husbands are abusers, liars, cheaters, and losers, and every other character is just abhorrent. And they didn't even need to do the heist. Like, what? As a critic, I give Widows a 2 out of 5. Steve McQueen gave some really interesting director choices that he does deserve some credit for. However, the narrative itself is so forced and clearly agenda-driven, it's just borderline shocking. Don't believe me? Well, pointed out by Society Reviews, McQueen was quoted saying, "I think that any film that's not feminist is a bad picture. I assume everyone is a feminist. That's where I'm coming from. For me, it has to be a feminist movie to be a good movie," unquote. You know, just in case you think I'm reading into this. But I actually love female-led movies. It's the agenda that gets in the way. So in this interesting concept and rock star cast, do these women outsmart the bad guys? Outplan, outmanipulate in only a way women can? No. Please don't learn how to shoot firearms in a week. Pull off a $5 million heist with zero experience. And in a movie that's supposed to be gritty and realistic, don't get your babysitter to be the getaway driver. OMG. Not to mention, this movie is an R-rated movie about women stepping into the dark world of the bad men. So guess how they got their R rating? Do the women become the engines and the mechanisms for the plot? Well, only in screen time and the fun stuff. On the other hand, you are literally forced to watch a disabled paraplegic man be tortured, a mentally challenged man get literally beaten to death, and countless other dudes getting absolutely blasted apart. On the women's side, the lead, Viola Davis, gets backhanded once. And another member of the crew gets a shoulder shot that goes through and through. See, women can be men too. My faith and values is a 0 out of 5. Morally, there's really not much to watch here. I assume McQueen attempted to show the dark, gritty elements of the world of Chicago by literally making every character depraved and awful in some sense. There is almost no one redeemable in this den of thieves, even a pastor that's being bought off and played by the different politicians. This is why the ending is so unbelievably awkward and unfulfilling to watch. There is nothing and no person redeemable at the end of this film, no one to be heroic for. But since the critics love this movie so much, I thought maybe my conservative bias is showing. Maybe I'm just not the target demographic for this film. So I asked several really nice African-American couples leaving the movie if they liked it, and they all unanimously said no, that was awful. I guess the target demographic for this movie was liberal elite critics in Los Angeles. The only lesson to be learned from this film is yes, Chicago is as bad as you hear it is. And Democratic-run cities who promise to fix your life for you only succeed in having power over you. I'm Ben Davies. This is Pure Hollywood. Did you enjoy that video? Of course you enjoyed that video. So now you need to become a premium member to the Rebel. That way you have first access to Pure Hollywood and the entire Rebel lineup.